This is a revision video on what we will be covering in A Math Chapter 9 Trigonometry. This kind of question, find the exact value of each of the following. One important thing to note before attempting this question is what are our three special angles. The three special angles are 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. All of these are written in degrees. How about what are the angles in radian? Take note that for pi radian equals to 180 degrees, and radian is just another unit for angles. So because of this, we have the angles in radian as well. 30 degrees is pi over 6, 45 degrees is pi over 4, and 60 degrees is pi over 3. When we key in the calculator, sine, for example, sine 30, it will give us half. Cosine 30 will give us root 3 over 2, and so on and so forth. How do we get the exact values such as root 3 over 2? Please check with me and I'll explain to you this process, as it is difficult to explain it in the video. But for now, if you don't understand how to get the exact values, you have to memorize them. Memorize this table. Now let's go on to the question for part D. Sine pi over 4 times cosine pi over 4 minus tangent pi over 4. What we have to do is sub in the exact values from the table. So I sub in the values and now I just have to simplify. 1 over root 2 times itself is just 1 over 2 minus 1. Afterwards, you'll get negative half. And you are able to check your answers using the calculator. You just have to key in this in radian in your calculator. Or if you don't know how to key in radian, you can key in degrees as well. Sine 45 times cosine 45 minus tangent 45. You should be able to get negative half. Then we can quickly move on to part F. Again, we key in the exact values based on the table given. So this is the initial step. When you get this step, take note that you will be given M1 for writing the exact values. And from now onwards, we just have to simplify the expression. And this is how I simplify. Answer is negative 1. Now I'm given two different angles, 225 and negative 301. Let's start with the angle for 225. What is the quadrant that it lies on? To do this, let's draw the 4 quadrants out. Whenever we start to draw an angle, we have to take note of whether is it positive or negative and how much does it turn. So remember, we always start from the positive x-axis, and since 225 is positive, we will have to go anti-clockwise. Angle 225 stops here because it is a reflex angle, and this is the third quadrant. So what is this basic angle? Remember that basic angles are acute and between the x-axis and the line. So where is the basic angle for 225? It is actually over here, highlighted in green, because it's acute and it's between the x-axis and the line. So how do we calculate this basic angle? We take the angle 225 minus the straight angle 180 to get 45 degrees. And that is our basic angle. Hence, we write alpha equals to 45 degrees, where alpha is the symbol for basic angle. Last part, what is the negative angle that is equal to? So for negative angles, we will go in the clockwise direction from x-axis, positive x-axis. So it will be like this in red, and this angle is negative 135 degrees. So the answer is the negative of 135 degrees. Because both negative 135 degrees and positive 225 degrees will arrive at the same line, which is in the third quadrant. Let's do the same for part E, negative 301 degrees. First, I will draw the quadrant. Now, since it is a negative angle, we will still start from the positive x-axis, but we will go clockwise direction. And it will stop here at the first quadrant. So the answer is that it stops at the first quadrant. Basic angle is an acute angle that is between the x-axis and the line. So this basic angle is 360 minus 301 degrees equals to 59 degrees. Hence, your alpha is 51 degrees for this negative angle. And lastly, what's the positive angle that is equal to?